be able to cope with life. I want to be able to earn an income. I want to be able to be independent, self-sufficient, have success. You know, that's the type of thing that I want out of life. I want nothing less.
I just want to have security. I definitely want to work for a living. I want a family someday. I want a home of my own that meets my needs. I'd like to actually build one from ground up. I don't want to buy a pre-existing home. Be able to travel, live a comfortable life, and not live paycheck to paycheck.
What I've hated the most was to be labeled as unique or special, or be picked out of the group. Oh, this is the guy in the wheelchair, and he's gonna be in our class. You know, I'm just a person. You know what I'm saying? I look different than you, but I'm just a person. Treat me like you would treat anybody else. I think that bothered me the most. People say, oh, he's a special person. I'm not special, I'm just me. I'm just like you, but I look different.
To me, it's degrading and it's isolating, because it's saying you have a disability, so, you know, we're gonna put you in a special track. You're not up to where the other children are. So, you know, you always have that mindset, and you're treated differently or special. So a lot of times these kids grow up thinking they are special. And to me, that's not true. You're the same as anybody else in this world. So, you know, if you have the mindset that you're special, you're going to run into a lot of conflict when you try to live independently in the world.
I want to do different things. I want to talk to different people. I want to go different places. I wanted everything. I wanted a variety. I don't want to go to work in an office and type up vouchers all day and answer telephones for people. I want to see the world. And this is kind of my vehicle to do that.
I had family members tell me, well, you have to get into computers. And I knew why they were saying that. And I resented it. And in fact, when I was in high school, I had kind of made up my mind to spite them. I'm not going to have anything to do with computers. It turned out to be the opposite, because I actually enjoyed it, was good at it, you know. But they didn't realize maybe I didn't like computers. Maybe I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. And to try and force me into that track because I'm in a wheelchair, you know, that would have been making me miserable. You know, maybe they thought they were doing the good for me, doing something, you know, wonderful, but, you know, if I were to tell you you have to be a ballerina for the rest of your life, you'd be pretty upset, probably.
When he was a kid, some people called him disabled, unfortunate, handicapped. Now they call him Sir. If you're a teen with a disability, don't just get labeled. Get information. Call 1-800-695-0285.
I don't deal with any organizations or anything like that. Only organization I've dealt with as far as disabled people are concerned is DRS. So, thank you. So I don't really see, that, because I don't know, I'm not like other people, I don't think. I don't know, my family was never ever oriented towards having me in all these programs. And I think, some programs are good, but I don't think your whole life should consist of a program here, a program there, a program here. You will never be normal, I don't think. If you think, that, you have all these programs, let a kid be a kid, let a person be a person. Go out back and play in the dirt, whatever, that type of thing. I don't think you should, be pampered so much. And I wasn't like that. And I'm glad my parents didn't have me in all these different programs. And, you know, I was always at home at the end of the day, you know. That's the thing.
I have to be challenged because even the mainstream wouldn't keep me interested. I needed to have some challenges, otherwise I'd get in trouble. I was the class clown. So, you know, there has to be a way of testing or, you know, finding out where a person is. I went through all kinds of tests, and even to this day, I'm not sure what or why. From the point of kindergarten, I would take psychological evaluations and IQ tests and all sorts of things that to me seemed ridiculous. You know, maybe they had a purpose. I really don't know, but it was almost like, you know, once every year or every 2 years, I had to prove myself. I had to prove to them that I belonged with the other kids, and I resented that. I think a lot of times they think that because they're little, they don't know what's going on. That they don't understand, you know, what's going on around them. But I picked that stuff up a lot. I might not have had the large scope of things, but I knew very young I was a liability. You know, and then to be 5 years old and know that, you know that you can't play with the other kids because you might get hurt and your teacher might get in trouble. And to feel responsible for that, you know, it's a lot for a kid to deal with.
The environment you're surrounded by, it creates the person who you are. In fact, I didn't realize I was disabled until the kids would come up to me and say, "Hey, what happened to you?" And I'd be like, "What do you mean, what happened to you?" They'd be like, "Where's your arms and your legs?" And then I'd explain it. Pretty much that was the period where, you know, I realized I was disabled or handicapped, whatever you want to call it.
A few years back, I went to a summer camp in my late teens, and it wasn't really curtailed to the disabled. And I thought, well, I'm not going to have very much fun here. I didn't think there'd be a lot of activities I could do, but the camp counselors were very persistent that I participate, and they would help me when I needed it. Well, I went through, they had a mountain climbing survival course, and I thought, you have to be kidding me, you know? And, you know, they strapped me up, and you know, they had me zipping between trees 30 feet in the air and all that, and I was scared to death. But when I was done, I had such a feeling of accomplishment and I don't even know what the word is, but, you know, I just felt so good about what I had done. Even though I really hadn't done anything, I had just been allowed to feel a part of the whole, you know?
You can do anything you want. You know, there's stories about guys in wheelchairs climbing mountains. Stuff now. 10, 15 years ago, you know, parents were so afraid that they couldn't deal with the child that I think, you know, a lot of parents consider institutionalizing their child. And I don't think that's good at all. I thank God every day I wake up that my parents kept me, and they said, you know, we're gonna treat him normal, he's gonna be somebody, or he's gonna have a normal life, you know? And that's the way it should be. My name is Marvin White. I have 3 children, a full-time job, a driver's license, and I'm also a brown belt in Taekwondo. It's a pretty normal life. Make sure you get one.
If you're a teen with a disability, find out how to get the help you need to get a life.
if you have a son or a daughter with a disability, you have a son or a daughter. And the outlook you have toward the way you would raise them, or their interacting with other children or teachers, shouldn't be any different regardless of the disability.
My father, he was the kind of person that would say, don't despair over it, just do what you gotta do, be yourself. My mother, she gave me all the love and affection I needed. So, altogether, it was a well-rounded family situation. My brothers were there punching me and playing,
The disabled person has to adjust to what it is that you want from them. And you have to adjust to that person's way of living. Being disabled, I wouldn't say you're stopped completely from doing a lot of things. You just learn how to do them different. You learn how to get around obstacles. And for each disability, that's different. So you have to learn how that person gets around an obstacle or how they accomplish something.
Because of the way they treated me is why I am who I am today. And just gotta, I don't know, I can't really say what to do or give you a list of things. You just have to, just go with the flow. As far as parents is concerned, that's your kid. You know what your kid is capable of and what they're not capable of. If the teachers, get with the parents and, they have a tight relationship, the kid has to grow.
I wanted to play with the blocks. I wanted to get inside the big rubber ball and roll around the room, I wanted to wrestle around like everybody else. And, that was just faux pas for them. There was no way they were gonna let me do it. And, my family was, unbeknownst to me at the time, was always struggling with them about that. And, finally the system backed off a little bit and would let me do what any other kid 5-year-old would do. And, I did get hurt a few times, I'd be racing around in the chair dump over, got a goose egg on my head. But that's part of being a kid, you learn, hey, don't do that again.
I pretty much try to keep myself surrounded by positive things. Everyone can get into negative whatever, but, I try to keep myself surrounded by positive people, and I'm tight with my family. I can't stress that enough, and it's just, the community's good for me. I don't have any problems. I get the best parking.
People that may look at someone like me in high school or elementary and think, why bother? This person is never going to do anything with their life. Why do we bother? And then you have the other people that maybe want to help you so much that they encourage you to do these great things. But there's a limit to what you can do. As much as we might not like to admit it, there is a limit there. We can only do so much. So we have to find that median somewhere in the middle. Let you know that you can do what you want, but you do have limitations. You have to realize your importance. And being disabled, that's something you're gonna have to do every day of your life. And you're gonna have to fight for what you get.
As far as the parents are concerned, I would tell them, it's gonna be okay. I mean, you're probably afraid because, this is the first time or nothing's like this has ever happened to you before. But, God won't give you anything that you can't handle. Understand what I'm saying? And it's gonna be all right. Look at me. I'm okay. I don't want to go and jump off the Brooklyn Bridge or nothing like that. I'm fine. I'm all right. And they're kids. If they just work with them, treat them as normal as possible, the kids are gonna be all right.